What's up, everybody? We got
What's up?
tonight Edrone. He's down there. See him?
What's up, guys? Edrone here on the Drone Network. You're seeing it live.
Sounding
I
all
love how
broadcasting and
professional he
everything.
sounds.
Welcome, Edrone.
We got Sinister in the house. We got Reaper. They
Alright.
might still be around.
Oh, it's
We
the
got Tim Cox, Mr. Crowley. Welcome, guys.
what's up?
Lord FPV just hopped in. Good to see you, Lord FPV.
Lord, what's up? How you doing?
Oh,
Good
I'm
to
not
see
on
you as
top
well,
chat.
Crystal.
I need to get on live chat. There we
Pop that
go.
YouTube chat.
Sup, Lord?
Yeah, I'm hiding in the background. I have not even hit into chat yet, so pardon
She's-
me, guys.
She's been back there working it like a little Chinese kid tonight.
It's been a while since we've done a drone network together, man. I'm excited.
She's been back there working mute. Sorry about that.
Have we done one since I've been in here?
Not with Eric. Nope.
Yeah.
We have.
I think I have done one with Doc before, I
think
believe.
we've got one with Doc.
Oh. You guys remember better than I do. I don't even. I used to keep track of how many shows we were on, and I forget the number now. A lot.
Look,
Yeah.
Put you
I
guys
was
up
looking
on
back on
camera.
messages
Split
today,
these
okay?
screens real quick.
And you tell me
Up
how
out
many
there.
other shows can really
Bob
go back
Biker in the house.
and
Welcome,
find
welcome.
messages.
Hey, Bob, how's it going, brother? Jim?
Pulling
Who?
funny moments to highlight for me from 2018, people.
It's crazy. So Bob, I know you got ass deep snow up there because you always. I remember you getting snow like all the
I
time.
bet you $5 Bob is naked and the fire is warm.
He said, "Yep." The one
Can
where
I be
won
naked?
some. Yeah, man. So man, no get ass deep snow, walks around naked.
So why don't you show off what you got there, Chris?
So Crystal has been making shirts, and she made. So this is going to be the new drone logo,
Check that out.
or the drone network logo.
Right.
I'm trying to think at the same time and talk, so that's really hard. We're in trouble. I want to thank Alvin for this because I'm almost 100% sure Earl RC is the guy that designed this for me. I don't know if I'm straight in the camera there, but so what she did was she did the black on the green, and then she laid like the silver on. Oh, it's platinum. My bad.
You don't have to give instructions.
And she shadowed. It was
Show
really
off your
cool.
goodies.
But yeah,
That's like the same color as the mutiny standoffs, man. Like that real shiny silver platinum.
And then she made this one for me.
Camera. This is looking retarded.
Oh, check that out. I like them colors too.
She made one for you. Your colors are a little different.
Sweet.
Try to stick with the Edrone LLC color.
Oh, that was my back.
Sorry.
There we go.
It's better. Ignore this.
So, yeah,
hey chat, how does everybody sound? Especially me, because I'm running something different. Let me know down in the chat how's the audio sounding.
I love Doc. I just turned the camera off and did all that. He's like, so we know if he does something, we're going to jail with this guy.
My camera looks so stupid because I keep looking up. And my camera's down here. My screens are like.
I get
Thanks
into
for the
that.
feedback,
I kind of
Lord.
like the camera's here. I kind of like look there all the time.
I know, and now just like
You
I don't
don't
know,
do
it's bothering me. My screen, it's so big and awkward. I'm not even liking it
That's
because I
what she
can't
said.
put it anywhere.
Now you're throwing me off because that's not your normal angle.
Well, it's going to have to be because my screen is, and then I have another one here.
Ah.
When I came in, when I bring him in tonight, he was like kicked back in his chair and playing the game. He's looking up like this. He's like, Jack.
Yeah, I was playing Switch on this screen and I had work on this one.
Appreciate the feedback, Jim, Bob. I appreciate that.
So is everybody tired of the snow? I tell you what, we normally don't get it, and we have gotten, I think, everybody's weather.
We got so much snow that the X-Max couldn't run through it.
Wow.
Yeah, you
That's
said that.
too much.
Yeah, like I went out in the field and I was like, X-Max go, and it was like.
Birdman, what's up?
What's going on, Birdman?
So yeah, so Crystal didn't get a chance to send out invites because she's back there, like I said, hammering it out. So kind of, we'll let YouTube kind of do the inviting tonight.
And if you guys all would do me a huge favor and share the stream.
They're like, we're not doing your job.
Oh,
That's
come
right.
on.
Sharing is caring, guys.
Chris Miller in the house. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Chris? Good to see you,
that's
man.
the down.
I know you got snow. That stuff has been a nightmare. I took the Max out. It was like if I could get a clean. That's when I was out there on the ice playing with it. I got some videos of it. I ain't put up yet. But other than that, as soon as I hit the snow, it pack it right down. If the X Max didn't go through it, the Max definitely ain't going through it.
Wow.
So
My buddy Jason said he got like 5 feet.
So for the first time there, damn. I figured you get it all the time out there where you're at.
Mm.
We got this last one 8 inches, and that's like, so for like people to get like feet, that's like feet for us. Like it shuts everything down around us because we're not used to it. Mr. Crowley, what's up, Sean?
Sean,
It stayed a while.
Welcome.
Like it's still hanging around. I think even after the rain.
Most is gone here, besides the big piles they piled up. But yeah. So what you been up to, Eric? Flying?
No, I've been trying to get my fleet back up, man. From all the trips we took, man, all the bashing and thrashing we did. I need to go through my rigs and change out some stacks, and a couple of drones. You know, that one drone went for a swim, so I had to go ahead and get it all redone.
I just was going through my video the other night and come across that one at the park where I walk up and I put my hand on your shoulder.
That was the park that Eric was running around in the undies.
Yeah, he literally it was cold out there that day
And
too.
no, I was not there. So we'll clarify that one on
Cold.
camera. No, I was not there.
That
And
day
Ed was like, I don't
that day
want to
was
go
just
in it.
cursed.
I'm like, you better get in there.
It was probably what was the temperature that
It
day?
was cold.
I want to
Yeah,
think it was
because we
around
all
20,
like we started a fire too.
20,
like,
22. Yeah, it was cold.
it was too cold to be taking a swim for a quad, but hey,
No,
I'll do it.
It's never too cold to take a swim for a quad.
It was just like no sound. It was just like nothing. It was just like everybody's like, all right, everybody knows where the water's at. We're good. Okay, cool. Stay away from the water. No like crazy like bounce off the tree, drone go nuts sound. It was just a, oh no. As soon as he said that, I was just like, oh, I know exactly what he means by that.
It was like video and then snow, and I'm like, oh, that's not good.
And not the white snow that falls on the ground.
Not the snow we have now.
So, I've been just tinkering here lately. I got I'll get that flight controller from you Sunday. I'll get Jack's Chameleon back straight, and then that's not for the Chameleon. Listen to me. I'll go change the Chameleon flight controller out and then realize what I did wrong. That's for his Letty quad, that one that we redid for him. So he's got an F3 in it right now. So I figured F3s are the thing of the past.
What's Letty?
It's just what we called it. It was a
Fast and Furious, baby. Letty.
No, it was the what the heck was it? The build. It was a LHI, or no, he did name it Letty, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while ago. But yeah, we're gonna put the F7 in that, and then that way, put the FR Sky into it, and Jim can bind his TX12. I think he got to it. Yeah. So put the TX12 on it. So that thing's gonna come to life. He can fly the crap out of it with the F3, and imagine with that F7. And he flew it with a Fly Sky FSI 6. Imagine that. Now he's going to the Radio Master TX12 versus the F7 versus the F3.
Yeah, and that's what I got. That Dow F7, man. That's a really nice flight controller, man.
Kiss for life. Sorry.
Yeah, usually we're the people that get no snow, so I'm happy with not getting none of it. But yeah,
how are you getting more than we get? Like normally the North always gets more.
South. My southern brothers keep sending it to me, knowing I hate it.
Yeah, I'm ready for spring, guys. I don't do so well in the cold.
Bob says, anyone figure out how to get the lag out when using Oculus Quest 2 goggles to fly DJI?
What?
Haven't tried that.
Bob, you're like way advanced for me, bro. I'm like,
Yeah, no, you were like
I'm like, hold up, you
you're-
can fly with the Oculus goggles?
yeah, you're doing some
What?
NASA science shit right there. So like, you
Wow.
got to start
missing
asking
something
Bill
there.
Gates or something, Elon Musk.
Virtual reality removing the leg that supposedly is in
No.
DJI goggles.
Oh, so
Oh, you get it now?
well, see,
Mom's making a funny and a play on DJI.
I like what she says. She said that the other day. She said something funny, something a joke, and she goes, "Haha, I made a funny." I just cracked up the way she said it.
Oh, you're welcome, Jim. No
Please
problem,
give me
brother.
leaves. Exactly. And we want the green ones. We want them pretty, nice green leaves on the trees.
That are
And we don't want
Yeah.
you to leave this year. Stay here all year. We welcome you. So, okay, if that's what you mean, the DJI, he says, side load Android apps using the side quest. No, I'm thinking he's thinking you're a flyer. If you're talking about the DJI with the lag in them, I really don't get that. Some days I do around some things. Okay, like at
I
the
don't
park.
get it.
At the park the other day, I had some crazy lag. I'm like, all right, I replaced antennas. I probably didn't clip it down there tight enough, whatever, you know. So then when I come home and I got Fly in the Yard, the video I put out, I think today, no lag in it, perfectly. Like I can go all around the block, everything. So then I had, and get this is, and I know that Wizard HV stack is something to definitely be suspect of, right? I fly it flew fine. So then after I dumped both apexes in the snow, they just had the DJI unit. It's waterproof, but it kind of acted wonky after that because I think the camera got a little wet. So it would come on and then it just wouldn't give me no image. So I just went ahead and threw them up, let them dry. So I pulled that. I got it. This guy here. I don't even know where it's at right now. I probably got it put up somewhere. Oh no, it's up under the shirt. Can you hand me that? The pink one. Chris told you she got like a sweatshop in here. She got shirts going on, and all kinds.
Getting
of
it
stuff.
done. I see you, man.
So this guy here, I fly line of sight, and I was like, all right, I'll just finish the day out flying this line of sight. I plug it in, one chime. I'm like, that's weird. So then I tapped on it. You know, sometimes they get loose or something. I give them a bang around, plug it in again, one chime. Like, that's weird as hell. So then I get home that night, so I try, plug in my both apexes. They're fine at that point. I threw them up on the dash all the way home and blew the defrosters on. So I got home, everything was working on the digital side of DJI thing. And so plug this thing in, chimed in perfectly. I'm like, that's weird. So the cold maybe? I don't know.
I'll be back. Quick change.
I just
Maybe. Could be.
I don't know because you're telling me about it, and that's the only scenario that would make sense. But then why in the hell is it sensitive to the cold?
I don't get it. It's weird.
You got a plug header connection, Chris?
No, like nothing. Like
Hardwire. It's hard soldered.
Yeah, everything's hard soldered. Well, no, now it does have the pins, but it does have they are like I adjusted the standoff, so we it does put the pins all the way down in there, and I screwed tight on, so there's no way that's vibrating. It was just weird that day, like in there. And then my lag on my quad could have just been me and Ian crossing paths there with because he's DJI and I'm DJI, so that can clearly happen. But this was weird, and it just all of a sudden started working. I was just clueless about it. I'm like, is there something under there? I never had problems before, so I'm taking it was just the cold that day because they still had a bunch of snow around, even though it was like 40 degrees now.
That happened to me on a quad where the top plate was just barely touching my VTX enough where it was pushing down on my FC, and the FC would not chime in until I took that pressure off.
We were going through that with that Alien that day.
Yeah, I could not figure out what in the heck was causing it to. Sometimes it would power up, sometimes it wouldn't.
That's why you don't stuff a quad with shit. You keep it open.
I want to get into that. Bob says who is using 360 cams for FPV flight. I want to get into that. I think that's like really cool. Not only that, to put them on to the RC trucks because it is really
RC trucks I do see, but flying quadcopters,
cool,
I feel like it almost takes kind of the element out of it to an extent.
But you kind of, to me, the fun factor is when you kind of bring something off the tail of the drone and put the camera back there and kind of do it. because then you don't see the arm in between the camera, so it kind of it just looks like how people
Yeah.
do that. That's really cool looking.
I like to see the whole
kinda-
quad as it's flying and doing the tricks.
Yeah, so that's the whole aspect of it. You can do it now with your session. Just take the session and just obviously put it. Well, I say session, but pick up the 8. So the session is light enough that you could put the little cube back there and do that. Do it with like a roller or something. I've done it, and I just never posted the footage. But that's really cool to watch what your quad is doing. To go back and watch it, third person. That is a really cool effect.
Definitely gives us a different aspect that we normally wouldn't get.
Damn! Look at that shirt.
Oh, I got Chris. I'm sorry.
I want that
I love
one.
the black better.
I want that one. Well,
That
one's
is
the
nice.
one's the
Very
right's
nice,
better.
Crystal. Very
I'm
nice.
just gonna leave now.
Wow.
Damn, that turned out really nice. Wow.
All right. So, did you just learn how to do this like this week, or is this something you've been? Yeah. Is this something that you've been known how to do for a while? Because
No,
it's
literally, I made my first shirt.
Oh, Bob, right? That would be dope.
Was it today or yesterday?
She made the OD shirt I showed you
I made that yesterday, and then went and got.
day before yesterday.
All right.
2 days ago.
So 2 days ago, I started making shirts.
wow, mind blown. I'm like, there's no way you just learned how to do this and you're doing it so well.
Literally, I just started making things this past weekend. So.
Sean's like, I want one of them. Are they available? She
It'll
literally,
be up on the Teespring.
Available.
she that just the whole. I think I got robbed. Like the whole glitter drone just popped off that black.
Yeah, that one looks. I don't know, and I'm digging kind of that bluish tint.
So Doc, you got the. What did you do with his?
Hey, what's up, Dan? Optimized Drone.
Yeah, yours is black, so she said she'll highlight yours with the teal.
Okay.
Oh man.
My drone in the house.
About to say, if you got red, I'll take red.
She's got different colors now, yeah.
Red, white. That's my color scheme.
So the 360, Bob was saying it'd be good for the VR. That would be cool because I know like when you're in the goggles and you kind of go to YouTube.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you're not like in your face like on the drone, but you do kind of feel like because it's right there, you kind of do feel like the drone when it's moving around and stuff like that. The VR is pretty damn cool. I like it. Like I get in there and just mess around with it now. Like Crystal plays Beat Saber.
Oh, Crystal takes out her frustration.
Don't walk
from
near her.
Job with Beat
Did you
Saber.
unplug the iron actually?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. I didn't know. You know how I am about plug things plugged in. So one day she's out there playing Beat Saber. I think we might have said this last week. I don't know. And I'm listening to the music and I wait for it to stop. That's when you can walk past her.
No, it's not.
And you got to walk out in front of her because she's all the way back, right? Dude, as soon as I stepped out in front of her, it started playing the music again. She said, whap, caught me right in the chin with the bottom of the Oculus thing. And anybody plays it knows that thing's rounded perfect. So it showed me I can still take a pretty good punch.
She was just looking for a validation to be able to get away with giving you a good smack.
I was pissed. I said, I am not going to be putting up with that shit. I promise you. She's like, I was in the goggles. I was like, that's the only reason why I did not turn around and go completely
without
nuts.
an FPV camera attached to it. So y'all can't use that excuse if I'm in the goggles.
Bob said he's punched her shit. She's nailed the table.
Oh man, I broke my nail. I wore a bruise on my hand for like a week.
One day I'm sitting there and she just goes, wham! She's got like this Christmas like house thing and the lid comes off. The lid just goes shoo, across the room. She's
People are
punched
so violent.
Ow, what was that?
Oh man.
She punched a wooden table out here. You
Wow.
You
can
can like give yourself a circle, a safe zone.
You need like a
I do
probably
give myself a circle in a safe zone.
You need like some padded walls.
you need like a 10 like easy 10 by 10 room and have nothing in it. And I can see Bob because he got them long arms too. Like you better duck. Crystal got them little short arms. You kind of move around it if you catch it quick enough. She nailed
that's
it.
what
It was just like wham.
So we're moving my bedroom out of here to another bedroom. So this
Awesome.
is all going to be empty space behind me. And this is going to be kind of a VR square behind me.
I want to see some drone flights. And are you flying the 5-inch flipping all around that little room?
I've already flown the 5-inch in here. 5
I
inches
know
have
you have.
been flown in here
Pretty
many
cool,
of
yeah.
times.
Oh yeah, flying 5-inch indoors is fun.
Oh yeah, many of sheets
Start like
have
blowing
died
stuff
because
off
of a 5
tables.
inch. Like
All right,
if a 5-inch prop catches a sheet, it just.
So there's DJI out there, but Eric is in a little something else. I kind of like forgiving because he goes down the other road. But so what's up with the shark bite? Where's it at? What's it doing? I heard you got some new things for it, or
Yeah, I'm a loner pretty much on this. Yeah,
You're
but
not a loner. You are breaking new ground, my dear. You are our trailblazer. That's how you look
yeah,
at it.
yeah. So I mean,
Stay
like
strong, I'm safe.
shark bite, pretty much as far as it seems, is kind of like dying. Like it's now like HD0 is basically like taking over, and Carl Zhao, he's
thought-
just basically taking the bull by the horns and is like, all right, well, if this company's not going to help, then let's do it. Let's just
thought
get in here and get it
HD
done.
I thought HD0 and Shark Bite were the same thing, like same everything.
Well, see, Fat Shark, they basically used HD0 Divimath's technology and manufactured products and called it Shark Bite. Well,
Really
now
good.
basically what's happened is Fat Shark is really stopping the support for the Shark Bite products, and they're no longer putting out any new products. All of the new products that have been put out here recently have all been branded HD0 from Carl Zhao and Divimath.
Is it
So-
not cross compatible though?
Oh yeah, everything's still cross compatible. Like you
Oh,
can still
okay.
buy like Shark Bite parts, and they all are they're all it's all open source.
So it's not
Yep.
dead. It's just they're
It's
moving.
just-
They rebranded pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Like Fat
Okay.
Shark is pretty much kind of done with it at this time, as far as we
So-
can tell.
So I wonder when that happens, right? So I still have my Fat Shark HDO2s with the rapid fire. So at that point, when they literally, because do you think they'll come to a point to cap an analog, and it's just like the module just won't. I mean, I know they probably can't change what I have here because obviously you'd have to update it or something. So we think like something at that point, and everybody's just gonna have to buy like an HD0 module type setup for their goggles if they want to go down that road still. Because I like to use both sides because I work on drones and build for people, so I just can't go DJI or nothing because I'm just in the DJI because I'm getting older. My eyes. I'll be honest with you guys. Here's what I figured out with the DJI. So when people say it made them fly better, it really did, but what it did was it's only because you don't have. It's like trying to like freaking drive down the road and you got the cop on your ass. You done had about 6 beers. You got the radio turned up real loud, right? So that's the analog all in your face, right? So you got all that distortion. When you remove that distortion and you can actually see, pinpoint stuff, that's what makes you fly better in my eyes. And
gives you more confidence, I'm
gives
sure.
you more confidence, yes, because you're clean all the way through, and a lot of people still don't understand it. I remember you that night. You were like, "Wait a minute, that's your DVR? Shut up!"
Yeah, it looked really good. I can't argue with that.
And that's where I stay on both sides, though, just because of what I do, because I can't just pick one side and go, I don't want to do this or that. That's why I fly both and I stay with both. So
Yeah. So, I mean, the short story, basically, the VRX modules that that were manufactured by Fat Shark, they're becoming very hard to find. So, a lot of people can't actually get into HD0 now because they can't find the VRX modules that attach to your goggles. Any goggle that has HDMI in can use that module.
Whoa!
Or I'm sorry, mini HDMI.
Yes,
So
I'm still good.
yeah, any goggle that has a mini HDMI in input can use the HD0 / Fat Shark VRX module. So what Carl was going to do was he was going to basically design a whole nother VRX module just for these customers that can't find them. But because of the malware, it has delayed everything. They've had lockdowns, they've had all kinds of things that have just delayed them getting the product, into production, so to speak. So we wait, but we're hopeful because Carl has delivered on everything that he has said so far. So we wouldn't think anything other at this point.
That's good that he's there to pick it up, because I ain't gonna lie, when it first started, I was like, could have went both ways. Almost went down that road, and when it was like, I mean, I get it's in development and all that, so it's going to change, but that's what would have killed me. Have to keep buying into it, buying into it, buying into it, buying into it. So that's why I literally picked the DJI, because it's been a proven platform with me building with it here, and then getting to see what it does and what it's capable. Other than that, I do kind of stick with the underdog, because that's what they are compared to them, actually, because you even know that, because now they're going after what they're more or less going to clarify the analog, not care about the digital side of things. Is that
This
how
is
it's
what
like?
I would tell this is what I would tell anybody. If you're just getting into the hobby and money is not an option, go DJI. It's silly not to. But if you are maybe running a little bit of a budget and you already have really nice OLED goggles that have mini HDMI in, you can get into HD0 for a little bit cheaper because you already have the goggles.
True.
Not saying like the total system's cheaper, but you've already invested into something that you can use with the HD0 system.
I hear you, Crowley.
Which that's the route I went.
So yeah, no, that makes sense, because then you can just add the module to the goggles, and then. So how far do they go back in Fat Sharks now? What would make because I know you had your HDO2 or your HD3s onto it, and you saw a difference after you picked up the HDO2s. So
oh yeah, the screen, the OLEDs just look so much better than the LCD screens.
So how far do you think they go back? Any goggle they can. Okay.
Yep. Any goggle that has a mini HDMI input can use the VRX module. Now here's the kicker.
Goggles are pretty old, ain't they? Ain't they, Doc? The Dominator. What? You got Terminators?
Yeah, I got Terminators. So right when the HDOs came out, they came out with the Terminators, and all the Terminators are HDOs with old LED lenses in it, but the old 50-degree ones.
Gotcha. I know that thing's wide. I remember flying with them.
Yeah, it's just all they did is like, hey, we're making the new stuff, but people who still like the old stuff were willing to update you with the old lenses.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure when they come back around, or Fat Shark wants to, they can make another 50-degree OLED lens. It wouldn't surprise me if they come back out with it, and maybe a special edition where they just make 10,000 of them and distribute that, have a limited edition.
I'd love to see Fat Shark come back. I mean, I'm a really big fan. Like I stuck with them, even when they released a DJI. I'm like, no, I'm stuck with my Fat Sharks. I love them. That's my brand. It kills me to see them not, kind of fading away, so to speak. I mean, I'm not saying officially, but it just seems that they're kind of fading away from the FPV community. It seems.
Yeah, but hopefully, like you said, maybe they're just going to rewind.
Maybe they have some big tech on the back burner.
Yeah. Come up with some stuff and come back out.
I will say that Carl is also in the designing phase of a whole HD0 goggle that's going to have the VRX built in it also. So not only is he going to be offering the VRX that you can attach to your existing goggle, he's also working on a goggle itself that has the VRX built into it, kind of like your DJI, right? It's got everything already built into it.
Yeah, just right. I got you there. So yeah, that makes sense, because I figured so that's going to be good. So anybody with the older goggles can get in, or you can just come forth and get the whole new setup. Double A, what's up? Welcome.
I just want them all I
Aaron,
want is
welcome.
somebody to take a DJI quality system and pop it into a module this big that I can pop in my Fat Shark. That's all I want in the world. Is that too much to ask?
You and everybody else.
Oh,
I'll tell you that would
be... if somebody had a module and they're like, this module is good as DJI and it fits in a Fat Shark, but it's $1,000, I'd still buy it.
So I had some interesting things happen over the weekend, or I say interesting things, but thing happened. I got invited to do a monster truck show, to go there and actually fly it. So how that worked was, I did get some footage, but the person that did the event, like, we were there. Everything was set up through him, but it was the county because the Danish Stallion, welcome, because
Sup, Tim?
the county and all the patrons coming through. Obviously, FAA, you got to watch your, laws and stuff there. So they were like, no, because they've had people before, I guess, just pop up in the crowd, pull out a drone, and just go down there and fly around stuff. So all said and done, once they figured out who we were, they were good with it. So they let us get some flying in at the end towards it, so we didn't get to literally chase the monster trucks like we were likened to do, like we were, originally set up to do. But it just goes to show you your patience and something
But
like
we will
that.
next time.
Yeah, next time I believe we'll have everything lined up. What it was the person, No Limits, they rented the stadium, so he kind of like just thought he could just have us come in, which it's like thin guidelines there, that when it comes to FAA stuff. So that's why basically I did do it. I got some footage of me flying around the trucks towards the end. They're all parked over to the side. We just couldn't be out there just flying around them while they're doing their thing, because you bounce off the truck. It's not the local park. Something bounces off in the crowd. That thing is going to hurt somebody either way. So I don't want that kind of publicity anyway. So I think next time we're lined up to get it going. But I do got some footage. I am putting one out tomorrow morning and showing some monster truck footage and stuff. But I will put out one with the FPV also and show what I've gotten and done. Ethan Thompson Drone Works. If Crystal can drop a link for that, if she would. Thompson Drone Works. That's Ethan, my buddy I'm hanging out with now. He Sidewinder. What's up, brother? He actually put out a video from there. He flies the little Cineboop. That thing was pretty cool. One underneath the monster trucks.
So what was it like to be like behind the scenes on a 107 job like that?
It was different, like walking in the back door of the place and kind of just like
being media and having free reign is different.
It was different. It was kind of like nervous all at the same time, because you're kind of like, they're like, so where do you want to be set up? They're right there at you, want to know. And we're like, because you don't know what's up. I said I'd rather be on the ground, that way if something was to happen. But let's face it, if they're out there running that thing around, you bounce off that truck, there is going to be. She said they would stop the show, but let's face it, it's just a drone that's going to get run over by a big ass rubber tire. So just let it. It's going to happen, right? So I was like, well, if that's the case, then let's get up on the mezzanine, and then it's better. We'll have more view of everything. So we did all that. It was different. It was definitely like to just like walk in and walk around. All the security there was just like, yo, hold up, no, you don't just walk in here. And it was just like, no, we do. Like we're the drone team here to film and stuff. And they were just, you had some people that are anti-drone. We saw that a lot. Like you could see that they weren't into it. But I'll tell you, at the end, when it was all said and done, and we actually
I had a security guard standing directly beside me with his cell phone out, filming, amazed. And he was amazed. Radioing down to the other people who were trying to stop them still.
Yes, still.
Saying, no, everything is fine. It's okay. Call the office. They have the permission. So
you know what you need, Chris?
It was different.
You need some cards. To pass out to people.
Well, I think it's like I said, it's even though we were there with the No Limit monster truck team, it was the fact that just you got, man, I don't know, Christ, 30 people security running around that place. So you can see where things would get a little bit cross-line.
You're needing security shirts for the next time you go to an event.
Bright yellow security. Destruction. Exactly. So that's what we didn't want. And as soon as so then afterwards, right, at first they were like, no, you just can't fly the place. So then Moses, that got, everything set up for this, he did everything he possibly could do.
They were literally holding $2 million insurance on this event.
Moses had $1 million.
$1 million each.
And Ethan had $1 million.
Wow.
It was set.
Yeah, everything was set up to go. It's just that somebody didn't confirm with who was in charge, and she was just like, no. And they've had it, like I said before, she said people's come in and try to fly the drone. So I think you got to make sure everything's covered in that point. And I guess the guy just didn't, he felt like he rented the stadium. He could just have us come in, but obviously didn't want it like that. But it was different to be just going in. For one, to be in a stadium, have it shut down, and just you're able to fly. But once we started flying, everybody kind of like opened up there, was like, oh, okay, I get what they're doing here. This is pretty cool. And I went down low in the dirt and jumped the pile, did the flip, roll, twist, and they were just like amazed by that and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
That sounds like fun. I mean, can you imagine, like, you have to have that much
Right,
overhead, because if you hit those trucks, damage something on the trucks, or more importantly than that, if you injure somebody, the medical bills plus a possible lawsuit, that can add up quick.
It is. It's just a lot. So then at that point, we were like, okay, Moses and Ethan was leaving. I was walking them out, helping Ethan carry stuff out. The ice was terrible outside, helping me get everything in this truck. And so then Moses was like, let's just go to the office and find out what we're going to need to do this for the next time. And then that's when we explained to her, and then he explained to her and showed the license and all that. And then that's when she was like, well, if you stick around, we'll let you fly in here after it's over, after the people leave. And, so that was cool. They could have just still been like, no, you're not flying here, just leave. Because so that goes to show that if you're patient, and just, that's all I can say, be patient with it. And they let you, they were like, you can still stay here and enjoy the show. Like, we're not going to tell you guys to leave. So we're okay. And then Moses is like, yeah. And he was like, you going to hang around? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to hang around. Shit, why not? So then he ended up coming back. He had the Skydio that he was actually trying out there, but no GPS signal inside. So he was flying it with the little wand thing. But that thing's pretty interesting. The Skydio.
Did you ever see
Skydio? Let me look that up.
Did you ever see the video where they take the 5-inch prop and they fly it into a piece of chicken?
Oh yeah, like I've seen before. Yeah, oh yeah, it would tear it. Yeah, that thing in the crowd, that drone bouncing off into that crowd of people.
Oh man,
you're gonna injure at least 3 or 4 people, I'd say. And it wasn't packed because it was a Sunday night. It was the last night of the show, but it was enough that if my luck, your luck, any one of our lucks in here, it would fall in the most packed section. And yeah, you're gonna take out about 4 or 5 people. Like, you're gonna catch mad lawsuits. So yeah, we weren't trying to do that at all. We were gonna stay away from the people. But it's that what if you hit and bounce off of it. And like, I was flying around the truck. I wanted to perch it so bad, but just you got to refrain yourself. You just cannot go in there acting like a hoodlum, because you just can't.
So it paid to wait off, though. It paid to have patience and wait, because and be polite and respectful. And sometimes no might just mean like not right now, like not just, oh no, you guys gotta leave. It's, oh no, not right now, but what we're willing to do is after the show. So that's really cool that they did that for you.
And it was flying inside that place was different. Being in there with the loud music, the just everything going on, it was definitely different. Something different. Something I haven't experienced before.
So did it feel smaller in the goggles than you imagined? Or not as much?
Not as much, to be honest. It actually, how like out when we fly like in the parks, everything seems to be like, I don't know, so much further away. And it really isn't. Inside there, it really felt honestly just about equal. What you saw in your eye and then being in the goggles. It was really weird.
Oh, wow.
I guess with all the dirt and just the way the whatever seating is stuff, like, I guess the way it's like that, I don't know, it was weird. Yeah, I did notice that though, because I was like, when I went off and kind of off the ramp, twisted off, I was like thinking, man, watch it, because the way these things move, I'll be over there in the stands. Everybody's gone, but so I didn't want to walk all the way around, pick my drone up. So yeah, but right. I noticed that the whatever the scale difference was just about on the money.
Oh,
I'd love to go.
And you fly 16.9, right, Chris?
4x3.
Oh, you do 4.3? Okay.
So yeah, I could see a 16x9 being better in something like that.
I don't know. 16x9.
But maybe the 4x3 may have been better.
16x9 is just rough for me.
It is, Bob, and I'll tell you that if you guys haven't noticed, a lot of people I watch like the I don't know, people that just like take a car and just always building something, always just rodding something. I've noticed a lot of those channels are going to the quads too. So they'll get, as they're like out there on their track or whatever, when they're done with it, they're like Bob saying, you notice the race quads are being filming more stuff nowadays. They are a lot of channels. It has.
It used to only be the camera birds. You might see that antique 3DR solo. We all remember when that was one of the biggest filming things going.
Right, double A, everybody hold hands. Justin, yeah, I still fly Fat Shark. I still have the HD02s. And most of my quads, I only have 4 HD quads. Everything else is analog for me still. Always will keep instead of Fat Shark. They're like your Oakley shades, right? Like you just put them on and they're just comfortable in your face. You don't have to do all this and move them all around. I do have to do that with the DJI goggles. I'm not gonna lie. You have to move the strap, get it comfortable, get the goggle. And I'll tell you where I'm more, when I have to like look up into those goggles. I don't understand the aspect of it, but when I look up into those goggles and I start to get my lean on, there's like nothing stopping me. Like I'll pretty much can do anything in those goggles at that moment. If I'm just standing still and trying to like look straight into them, it's like an awkward moment.
I will say, I think if you're still one of those people that's going to have a mixture of analog versus HD quads, I honestly think that HD 0 and analog going back and forth is way less, what's the word I'm looking for? Impactful than if you were to go from DJI and then switch back to an analog quad. Just because the way they break up and the fact that it's not quite as clear as the DJI, right? Like it's a little bit more pixelated. So
yeah, I could see that definitely being more of that, because that definitely does. I try not to do that. Try not to like go out with DJI quads and analog. I pick whatever I'm going to fly that day. I'm like, all right, I'll just go analog. And my Gank right now is still analog, so I still fly that around, having fun with that. I got like, I figured out like with props off videos, I said before, doing those redundant grounds and all that, it makes a difference to clean your analog up. You can definitely, I was a guy that always wired my camera to my board. I never wired my camera to my VTX. I noticed a lot of people around me said, no, do it that way. And I started doing it that way, doing the redundant grounds, and you can get really clean analog. You're still going to get the breakup. It's still going to be there. That depends on what antennas you got, how clean your setup is, if you're on the right channel, because you can easily get one number off, 2 numbers off, and still have video, but not that clarity that you should have, you know? Metal Gear Slayer for life, what's up? Uh-oh. Danish says the scariest monster truck moment.
yeah, I think I've got like two HD 0 quads, the 3-inch Japulura and the Mutiny. And then all the rest are analog still for me.
I thought you had more. Is that all you got?
Yeah. I only had the 5-inch. Well, what happened was at one point I did have 3, but what happened is that 500 watt double stack ended up dying on me after a real hard crash, and I at that point I was done with the 500 milliwatt double stack board. It just didn't really impress me. And a lot of other people had the same experience.
Y'all gotta see this. What?
Do your screen, Chris.
I am. I was just checking out what's going on in chat for a second. Oh, this is serious. Oh no! Get off the damn thing. Let me get it going here. It kind of just does it. Puts the white box around it. I don't want the white box. It's my YouTube being stupid with it.
Tell you what, man, that camera of yours, that is a really nice camera.
Here we go. This is Danish Stallion in the chat right now.
Oh yeah, there you. Oh, wow.
Right there, dude.
Thing sneaked up on him.
He bonked it. The truck like bonked him.
No, what happened there was, if I'm right, what happened there was he was flying close to it, proxy, and that he went to go over a jump, and he popped up on him as he was low.
Yeah, so the truck gave him a bonk.
Oh, dude, you almost went right in that windshield.
Oh my, that must. I would love to see his face while he was in the goggles flying that.
That's good shit right there.
Oh man, I gotta view the message.
Dope.
Oh, we got a spam bot in here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we got a spam bot in here.
Thank you, Danish, for taking them out. Man, dude, you were like, oh shit, almost went in there.
Wow. Never seen a monster truck bonk a drone before.
All you heard was damn. That's why, like, so in my mind, being in that arena, when they was like, no, it was kind of like a, you know, because it was a, you know, moment to be there. And that's exactly what I was thinking. If you kind of was like that and that thing popped up, because they go straight up in that arena. You got little short jumps. They go like straight up. Oh my God, dude, that would be nuts. That thing inside there, bouncing all around. Shut the show down. That would be, you hit news for that.
Oh, you never put it in your video? I don't blame you.
I don't blame
got
you.
a lot of heat off that.
You would.
Yeah.
Haters would definitely. But that goes to show you how in tune you are with your quad, that you just popped right up and got right out of there that quick. So, damn.
Well,
the monster truck bonked him.
Yeah, I'm glad people got to drive monster
Thank you,
trucks.
Bob.
Like, I didn't think, like, I haven't seen any videos of really monster truck drone videos, so I didn't know if it was happening.
Damn, I walked out of the room and missed all the action.
That's that muscle memory. Your muscle memory said, "Oh no!"
He said, I
Good
actually
shit.
did not touch. Reflexes was
Yeah.
lucky fast enough.
Shoot.
Danish, what are you flying control link, Danish?
That crossfire. Gotta have
That's
that
what I was gonna say. Probably crossfire, but maybe
Come on,
something
baby.
different.
Watch it be like ELRS or something.
No, I don't know. I
Crossfire.
don't know what he. I've never like remember hearing him say like what he flies for control link.
Y'all gotta go check out his channel. He did
Crossfire, baby, Tango. All right, now you speaking my language.
He did what was it, the Rumble in the Jungle, and then that tower thing was sick. He just dropped in there backwards. Dude, you inspired me. I went over here and did my trees like twice, dropped down backwards.
Hey, congratulations too, Tim, on I think it was he's Gem Fan Pilot of the Week.
Gem Fan Pilot of the Week, yeah.
Yep, congrats on that, Tim. Great brother.
How do you do Gem Fan Pilot of the Week? What's that?
You just gotta go out there and go balls deep on everything you fly.
Hey, Chris, you and Danish both have been inspiring me. I was doing Maddie's in the sim. I'm like, all right, let's get it done.
I've been lazy here lately. I haven't had it's the weather and just like, I don't know, getting older. It does kind of like, man, I've been lazy. I gotta get back at it. I still have the moves, but dude, that tower dive, Danish has me gonna lose a quad. I'm just saying, because I want to go to one of the like power lines and drop down in those things. I watched a guy on I think Instagram do it like a while back, and then Danish do it. It's crazy, dude. That is just, I can imagine the moment when you're inside that tower and it's just dropping down and you're just whatever's going through your mind, counting those freaking triangles or something. I don't know, but do you know that's definitely a ass puckering moment, like no doubt.
Are they diving backwards or forwards?
Yeah, so he like went in a tower and just like poof, and then just come down it backwards.
Oh
crazy,
no!
Man. Yeah, and then he came back out like, yeah, it was nuts, dude. It was serious.
So how do you get comfortable flying backwards? I gotta know. How does that get comfortable? Just keep doing it?
You're never comfortable flying backwards.
You do get comfortable. I can say that because I'm a pretty good backwards pilot. Like, I put a little mirror on my standoff so I can see in my camera. No, I don't. You do just kind of, when you start doing it. So what really kills you is when you first start doing it. When you spin it around, you're kind of like this and you kind of put it in the ground. So you start to get that, and then once
you know like where to look with the camera. You know like kind of what angle to be at to fly backwards and get that attitude that you need.
So practice it on kind of like something that, like, I would say like trees on both sides that are consistent, and kind of come down backwards and kind of just watch the trees and kind of the trees in the ground, everything at the same time, kind of, I guess. Yeah, but that's what I do. I kind of like look and just watch all that. In the beginning, now I can just snap it around and just go backwards. I don't know. It's kind of like it becomes second nature to you. It's almost like you know what's behind you, and you know that's no way you do it,
like
but you kind of do.
Visualize what's behind you and pray to the gods.
Exactly. it is a lot of luck.
Don't let me hit anything.
Okay.
That's when I say like luck. It is a lot of luck, and it becomes a little bit of skill because of your transitioning and going backwards and stuff. But yeah, it is still. And I'll tell you, running in backwards to something, it's just way harder on the quad. I don't know if it's not waiting for it.
Yeah.
But it kills the quad.
Well, yeah, because technically most frames they don't really beef it up in the back as much as they do the front.
For the impact, yeah.
Yeah,
now,
exactly. That makes sense.
I would say learning to go backwards more. If you get more second nature of going backwards, you can perform a lot more tricks. Would anyone else agree with that? I feel like because like the Maddie, you got to flip it over, go backwards.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And like, there's a lot of tricks you can just enter into or exit with.
Yeah,
it's like just learning to fly backwards. And in my opinion, the real trick, at least for me, when I was starting to learn to fly backwards, and it's just because I have a higher camera angle, is just making sure I have enough inertia. Because if I don't, then I have to fly at this weird crooked angle where I'm actually looking in the air instead of looking flat. You know, it's like
I try to flatten out as most as possible. Yeah. And then a lot of people try to get, I've noticed a lot of people try to go backwards. They'll get like a snap. You don't want that snap. That snap will hurt you. I try to just get I try to get the smoothest transition and then just come backwards as flat as possible, to keep the quad moving backwards to make it look like I'm actually doing this and we're not just drifting backwards. That's kind of how I like to do it.
Hey, what's up, Forevermore?
I hear you, Jim. You will be.
Head fog, what's going on?
Yeah, but I felt like if I had a lower camera angle, I could fly
no doubt. Camera angle makes a difference on a lot of stuff. I feel like I used to go backwards all the time, bumping before I could really fly, bumping off the stuff.
Man dislikes this.
That was the grab your ass and pray to the God moment. No, don't break it. I just think that bloosh. And there goes the arm. Damn it. I hear you, MG. But yeah, it's something that you gotta learn. It's something that, like I said, I say anyone wants to become good, just go out and just keep flying. Just go out and fly. And you eventually, I used to ask people when they fly how they go like across a field and something like an open area to kind of like skate. And they never could answer that. They're like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm like, do you watch your video how you're like shuffling from side to side? And they said, honestly, that just come with me in time. And I was like, maybe that's not the answer I was hoping for, but no, they're right. Because as I start to do it, as I got better and better and better, I start to see myself doing it. And I think it's because you don't want to just go straight across a field. You want to kind of skate to make it look more interesting. And then, skate and then throw a roll in it or, something like that instead of just going across the long straight field. In my mind, that's how I try to mix it up.
So this might sound crazy, but the whole reason that I wanted to get back on the sim is to learn new tricks, because I feel like that is the place where I'm going to save the most amount of money learning new tricks, right?
For sure.
Once I can get the feel of the stick movement down in my brain and I'm okay, now I know what it feels like to do that Maddie, then I'm ready to go ahead and take it outside and take it to my quads. But as far as flying the sim to just like, get stick time, I think it's a bad idea if you're already kind of established in your style, because I could see myself developing stick memory for the sim, and then I go out to fly my quad and I'm completely off.
Yeah, to me in the sim, so I would recommend flying a Whoop if you could do that versus the simulator too. But if you have to do the simulator, try to match it the best you can to how your quad flies. Like the rates, everything, because that's the closest you're going to be able to do it. And they have come a long way in them simulators. They really have
Did you try the new liftoff?
I have, yeah. That's really like
new liftoff.
close.
Yeah, they did a huge update, and they messed around with the pig controller for the actual game itself. Actually determines the best running rates for your PC. Insane. Like insane that it actually actively PID tunes your quad according to your PC's stats.
That is cool.
And they've added a little bit more of a realistic, less floaty feel.
Yeah, that was always my big gripe about liftoff. Is I always felt like the quad would just hover in the air for no apparent reason. It's not that it wasn't falling. It's just it wasn't falling fast enough for me.
You have to adjust the battery weight and all that in there, but you still have to chalk it up to it's a simulator. Like,
well, that was the nice thing about Velocidrone, though. Velocidrone, you could increase the gravity if you didn't like how your quad was falling.
I like Velocidrone because now I know liftoff is very similar to Betaflight, but in Velocidrone, it's got the Betaflight emblem when you're going on there, so you feel more into it, right? And that's where I did learn a little bit of tuning, on how I tune my quads now these days, because I went there and I just zeroed everything out, and I picked that quad up, man. It's like it's like flying a brick, man. That thing didn't want to do nothing. So I'm like, oh, okay, then bump this, bump that, move this, move that, and then I realized what happened. And that's how now I do it. And then listen to the doc, like, no, listen to it. I'm like, huh? Like, listen to it.
Oh, so yeah, your quad tells you so much. Your quad will tell you if it's happy or not.
Broken GoPro now, and not about those.
Ooh, I've got the same signature on mine.
This one got that nice little hole in there.
Yeah, but as much as they look like trash and complete just utter garbage, they still work after getting shattered like that, like flawlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're getting a lot of spammers in tonight.
It's you. It's Edrone, man.
Must be.
I don't know. But yeah, without hyper smooth, I don't want to fly. Just can't do it.
Not that I use hyper smooth. It's just I'm just not feeling it when I want to.
I don't really mind using it, honestly. I'll tell you where I don't like using it is when you're watching your footage and you go around a corner and here comes the mount. It's like, shut up, get out of my view. So I'll zoom in and out. I don't need to use it. I can literally use my freaking little session 5 and then do do whatever, do a post of my edits. And a lot of people was even asking me, they're like, dude, back when I didn't even have the hyper smooth option, they was like, man, what is your hyper smooth and all settled? And I'm like, I don't even use that stuff. They're like, dude, there's no way, it looks so good. And I'm like, strap your camera to your quad. Like, if your camera wiggles, there's jello. So then once you start making people understand that and putting that strap over it, that's the main thing right there. Locking your camera to your quad. That's the first.
Or just foam wedge it. Foam wedge is a beautiful
wedge. No.
Yeah.
That thing wiggles more than anything. Michael McReynolds, what's up?
And I can't even use hyper smooth. What's so sad about my hyper smooth is if I attempt to use it, since my rates are so aggressively angry, the camera's just like
this, your mouth's doing this.
Yeah, like hyper smooth, because I'll do a flip real quick and hyper smooth is trying to react to the first time I did the flip. It's just like, oh, we're going up. Oh, it's like, oh, we're already back flat.
So since we've got on the topic of the cameras, I didn't miss it earlier, Bob. I just didn't get a chance to interject. Bob asked, how many people are flying the Instago 360s on the FPV? There's actually a lot of people out there doing that now.
There is. The Cinego, what's it? The Cinego 2. I've known a lot of people. Props off. Welcome. I noticed a lot of people get into that. I'll tell you what I really like about that is the editing that can be done with it, because it comes with a program and stuff like that when you buy the camera, and then how you can just the edit in it is just smooth. Like, I like that. It's kind of almost like everyone has DJI, how when you can do it, it just can be like quick edit. You just pop it and it'll put your little footage together with the music and all. I think it's something like that. I don't know. I think they're really cool. Other than it having a tiny battery, I feel like I would be charging it all the time.
Hey, what's up,
I've
Tim?
seen a lot of people break them because they're so exposed.
I could see me probably breaking it too, but I think the 360 camera is kind of evolving on drones, RC cars, everything they do.
Oh yeah.
Snowboarding. I mean, everything. It's just like they're involving because it's kind of cool how it kind of like detaches itself from whatever it's mounted to. Like I watched a guy do it on an RC car, just put it right on the top, right? And then it still looked like the camera was not on the truck. It was crazy, and it was kind of like the truck was moving by itself and all. It was pretty cool.
Now, what's better,
always-
the Instago or the GoPro's Max 360 or whatever they call it?
That Max is big. That thing's
And
like,
it's why is GoPro just not able to shrink things down anymore? Because even they're like,
You don't
you have
like grown
Instago
people.
make a tiny thing.
They go
and
for the
GoPro can't.
vloggers. That's what they're catering to, the vloggers.
so I think the Seago 2 does better than what the first one. They did better with
You
their
know why?
second run than they
All
did
right,
with the
hold
first one.
on. You just said it, okay? They're catering more to the vloggers. Think about it. All right, they come out with this hellacious warranty.
That's a nice camera.
That for an action camera, yes, you do need a good warranty. But at the same time,
Very good
I
warranty.
think in a way, GoPro kind of stuck their foot in their mouth by
That's
producing
the,
that action camera and having such an amazing warranty, especially through like Best Buy. And that's why Best Buy's cracked down now on and changed quite a bit of their
Oh, the Instago is
warranty
not the 360 one?
programs. Because when you inflict as much pain as, no offense, but as some FPV pilots do on GoPros, they're not invincible.
I hear you, Pop. So yeah, Jim, that head tracker stuff is trippy. So that I don't know. So is the head tracker? Ain't it like if the quad's moving because you can move side to side? I guess it's more up and down, right? But you can move side to side with it too, right? So if you've got a quad,
If you have it set up on a servo, yeah.
360.
I know I read that when he said Instago doesn't do 360. I thought they were,
They make it confusing because the company is called Insta 360. So when they name their camera the Instago, a lot of people just think, oh, Insta 360. It's a 360 camera, but it's not.
20 left,
But it's confusing.
right, just not.
So wait, Instago has a normal camera?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they
Instago is a regular little
I've
small
seen the
action
one.
camera.
Yeah, I've seen the one that they actually have like a GoPro and you can pop out the center. Moses was just showing me I pop out the center.
Wish someone could make a camera I could afford.
I know, I laughed at that.
Man, I tell you what, that's the thing. Action cameras are all pricey,
They are
no matter
pricey.
what brand you're going with.
And
I
expensive.
would love to know how many people bought an Instago and thought it was a
they
360
have
camera.
one that's like, oh, it's still the 360 though. It's just
Yeah, and you pop in
weirder.
like a 4K module and stuff in it. It's pretty cool how the center pops out and all that. I appreciate
Yeah.
that, Michael. That X-Max is real fun. We finally got it up and going, got the right pinion and all into it. It's not tearing itself apart.
mine's still good. Woo! Knock on wood.
Yeah, Jim showed me one. Jim has one that's kind of resembles that Instago 3. I say Instago 360 again, and like Eric said, it's the name.
It's so confusing. It really is.
So yeah, Jim has one that's really cool. It does 4K and all that. He was showing me footage off of that. Thing's pretty crisp.
And yeah, guys, if you want to check out some fairly budget-priced action-type cameras, go check out Birdman. He's reviewed quite a few of them. Just trying to find a budget-friendly camera that actually produces good quality. So go check out his reviews.
I mean, the GoPro is still a viable option if you're looking for something lightweight. That's
I have
only
a-
what, like all in, you're what, like maybe 60, 70 bucks?
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it was like $60. So I got no, it was actually like 53 bucks, I think. But that was the buy or something. I actually had a couple people email me about that and say, hey man, it's good that y'all did that. Thank you so much. I did it and just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because I mean, you can take the
I
run
have
cam
it right here.
split,
Yeah.
and basically put it into a shell, do a shell. And what do you use, Chris? PETG, or do you use
PETG,
PLA?
PLA, anything will pretty much work.
Yeah,
That's what I've been setting right
and
down.
you have a nice durable case, a lightweight camera, and that does what 1080 at 60.
Stock did a dope case. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. I know this is the one. So
that
this
does
is
what,
the one
1080 at 60, right?
Yes, 1080 60 frames. It looks really good. So we got this case. This is what I'm eventually put it in. Stock design this so you can get some airflow through it and all that.
Yep. All I gotta do is solder up the wire, the little breakaway wire onto the FC to get the it's 5 volt, right?
Yeah, 5 volt.
Yeah. All I gotta do is solder that on, and I'm good as golden on my Japulora. That's gonna be perfect to get HD on that 3-inch Japulora.
Yeah, that one Jim's got's pretty cool. 42 grams, $79, does 4K. I'm waiting to see him put it on the quad and run it.
3-hour runtime.
3-hour runtime. I think it's
Yeah, and even the new DJI Action 2 camera, you know, I love the form factor of it. It is pretty durable so far in my testing, which I'm going to be doing more extreme testing very soon. But so far it's very durable, but you still got to look at the price tag. I mean,
it is,
especially if you don't get the DJI Care refresh, which if you're going to fly it for FPV, you'd be stupid not to. Just get the Care refresh because
no doubt
it will lower the whole price of what you would pay for that camera after you turn it in a couple times.
Not to mention flying it. I feel like that's where I'm at too with flying them. Is a harder mount for the back of them better, or is the mount being a little bit more softer better for the back of them?
I think you need to either you need to make like one of those pillows of like a softer something to take the impact of hitting that battery.
So this is what I printed for Ethan. He's got a Hero 10. He flies on a Cinequad, and so that's why there's no mount on there. So he just pops them out. That's how it mounts to a Cinequad, and this thing is nice and soft on the back. Exactly. So I had this one in a hard mount, hard. Like I have to press it out, almost put heat to get it back out. So I'm hoping the softer mount is gonna do a lot better. Thing looks like some red candy.
Yeah,
that's what I was like. It looks so smooth.
It does look so smooth. The pillows I've seen on the back where they extend out the back and make it wider as a mount, and they have that buffer of the air cushion.
I guess that's the newest thing to protect those screens.
I really think that's the way to go.
But to me, it's not always honestly about hitting your battery. It's the impact when you impact, right? I think if it's real tight, super tight, I think that's what tears the screens off in the back.
I just want to know, like, why don't we just not have a screen on our camera? Like GoPro, why can't you just make the shitty version of the 10 with no screen? People would buy the snot out of them.
So MG says, Cadix Pro or DJI Air Unit camera, do you notice the difference? The difference in them cameras are, even though it's the DJI camera, not a lot of them are pros. I've seen some that you can function, and here's how you tell if they're pro or not pro. If you can go into the settings and function that camera 4x3 to 16x9, change stuff around. Is there a difference of the pro and the non-pro ones? Yes. I have all pros now. Huh? Is the low light comparisons? That's where I find difference at, because the Polar is supposed to be more low light, but I see, like, I have the Cadix Nebula Pros, what I run, and I can fly pretty dark out there. Now, I haven't had a Polar that I've stayed out in the dark and flown and it just kept getting darker and darker. That might be where it changes, but I know from like dusk to kind of like you take off your goggles, you're like, holy shit, it's dark out here. In other words, when you punch up and go to dive down through trees and you lose the tree, you don't see the canopy no more. That's kind of what the Polar Pro will do, or not the Polar Pro, but the Cadix Nebula Pro. That's what that will do, kind of, once it's like dark, like the dusk is gone and it's completely dark. Like, and I live in the country, so it's dark here. So that's where that kind of changes. I'm thinking like once it starts to turn dark, probably good 10 minutes after that of the black dark, that's where I gotta stop at. Unless I'm in a well lit area. If I'm like in a parking lot, no problem. I can fly around, do whatever. But in the pure black darkness, it's over with at that point. Now I don't know if the Polar changes there or not.
I can honestly see in the future DVR just taking the place of action cameras at some point. I feel like they're gonna come out with a DVR that you can hook to your HD0 setup. That's gonna record the HD feed without any of the static, right?
That's the key.
And same thing with DJI now. Now they're coming out with more DVR options for the DJI systems. It's going to make way to basically get rid of the action cameras if they can get them to be better quality. That's the key. I mean, GoPro is always going to have the best quality for what we do.
The Pro and the GoPro is right there, to be honest. But I'm not, it's really, now I know because what's that 720 versus 1080 versus the 4K. If they would get them units to get into that part of it, because I can tell you right now, I can go out and fly with my DVR with the Pro camera, put it next to the session. It's money. Like I can do the screen post and all that, and I'll tell you, put it on a dead cat, get the props completely out of view.
Mm-hmm. And you see that, right? You see more frames are going that way.
We're
getting way more dead cat options now.
That's the why.
And dead cats fly like poop.
Think about.
I don't personally like the way they fly either, but it is the way that it's kind of heading for to get that DVR, get the props out of shot.
What the pilots are going to start getting into. So you got pilot like now. Like to dive down a smokestack, I wouldn't do it with my GoPro on because I'm gonna lose my quad and my GoPro. Don't ask me why this makes a difference to me, but if I could take my GoPro off and set that aside, and now I can go dive down that chimney and I have the DVR, and if I lose my drone, I have the footage to prove that I did that. I'm in. I'll literally rest the quad.
Oh yeah, because you're like saving $500 or $400.
Exactly. So that definitely, to me, that's going to take things to greater heights when people start doing that. Because I can take my mounts off now and just fly with the Pro camera, and I'm happy with the footage as long as I don't go way out away from myself and I start to get the focus mode coming in where we're blurry here. As long as you stay at that zone, it stays beautiful, crystal clear all the way across the screen. And I would dive, or I would risk a quad for some good footage, no doubt.
I would risk an analog system because analog's just so cheap.
And then I'll tell you, concrete-wise, when I was in this Civic Center, right, we're up on the top mezzanine thing, and you can imagine how the concrete thick is there, right? That concrete's thick. We went down, flew under, went into where all the hallways were, went down the long hallway away from.
Hold up! You ripped the whole Civic Center. You didn't mention this originally when we talked about this. You're just like, I flew under some monster trucks and flew around them. You ripped the Civic Center.
And DJI penetrated through every piece of that concrete and never gave me one bit of feedback.
Now I am a little upset.
If I had down the halls,
but if I had 800. My 800 could penetrate through that.
You would have penetrated, but you would have got some static, I believe, back in the furthest corner.
Yeah, but
I had a lot of multipath in there for sure, bouncing off everything.
Exactly, and then you had metal doors attached to the concrete. It would have been crazy for analog.
But I wouldn't have slowed down any. My sync would have been just as fast.
I knew you would have. You'd been right there.
Hey, what do you say now that that we got the strong squad in here that's been hanging in here? A lot of people rolled out. What do you say we do a nice little giveaway for the people that hanging in here and supporting the channel, huh?
You better
give away that truck hanging on that wall back there.
Yeah.
What? Man,
not quite. But I got something really cool.
Are you gonna ever get a Traxxas? You moving over to the?
Oh!
Yeah, I'm calling out whatever the hell that thing is.
I may end up looking at a Traxxas for an on-road solution. I want something to drift and like be able to like drag race and stuff like that on road only.
These two want a car to kick my infractions ass so bad. This guy.
Oh, I know when I get my car, it's gonna eat your infraction.
Look at them numbers jump up, boy. What happened?
Aerodynamics and power that
don't be telling everybody about the giveaway now. Don't be telling everybody. This is for the locals.
I'm not giving away my Arma.
If you're on here, they should already know a giveaway's in the plan.
Huh? All right. First up, we got this nice sticker pack right here. Check that out.
Make you big, Eric.
Am I allowed to win this?
Doesn't that remind you of spring?
Dude, that is dope. That is a dope sticker pack.
Who made that?
Look at the drone. Look at the.
It come in FPV crate.
Look at the flowers.
Am I allowed to win that too?
That is dope.
You got to be in the U.S. You know how we roll, right?
You're not
so
answering me,
you're gonna get.
That is cool.
You got to be in the U.S. And it's for the people in the chat tonight.
Damn it! You better have a second one.
So not only are you going to win this awesome sticker pack, we also have a 30% off coupon code, which I'm not going to show, but there's a 30% off coupon code for Brain 3D. So if you need 3D printed parts and you don't have a printer, this code is going to be for you. Also, this is probably the coolest thing, guys. And look, if it came in my size, I would not be giving this away tonight. But it did not come in my size, so 2XL.
Look at that.
Team Black Sheep.
Ooh.
Awesome looking shirt, guys. Real soft, premium feeling quality. 2XL. All right. Now, what do you have to do to win this giveaway? Well, it's quite simple. You got to subscribe to MD95TSI. You got to hit the like button. You got to be in the U.S. And I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel as well if you're not already. Edrone on YouTube. Hey, what's up, Josh?
What's up?
And he said just put Doc in.
Just put Doc.
And you have to be in the U.S. And I'm going to let Chris decide how we're going to do it tonight.
It's going to put me on the line.
Yes, sir. However you want to do it.
JD, what's up?
Well, he's picking or figuring out how to pick. Quick question. Is that the 8S Blackjack speedboat?
It is the Blackjack. It is the 24-inch.
Fuck. Okay,
and it runs the current. It's stock right now. It runs all 3S.
Damn.
2 or 3S.
I was 3S. Hoping. I didn't know. Like, it's hard to tell if that was the 8S one.
Yeah,
I want the 8S one. The 8S one is nice.
Yeah, I got this one for a steal off my neighbor, like a really good price. So I just jumped on it. What's that?
Did he get the 8S one?
No, he's getting out of it. He just doesn't have time for it.
Oh, is he getting out of RC altogether?
Yeah, not John, not that neighbor. A neighbor across the street. Yeah, no,
Gotcha.
John's in RC for life. So how are they going to win, Chris? However you want to do it. Huh? Oh.
I guess I'll just pick one. I'll just go for it.
There you go. Random pick.
Doc was picked. Thank you, Doc. Like...
That's okay, Doc. Come to my stream on Sunday, and you can get entered in for a chance to win. Come down in the chat.
I feel like I still wouldn't be allowed to win.
No, if you come in the chat, I would put you in.
People would call shit on that.
No, I would. Ask Chris and Crystal. I've put them on the wheels and stuff before. Yeah, as long as you come to the chat, you're good.
Are you gonna do like a pull out of the hat?
No.
Hi, JDs. I'll stand up in a minute for you, babe, when I go do the drone news.
Got to be in the U.S. though, guys. You know how we roll. Got to be in the U.S.
We're
no
going
international
to,
shipping.
It's going to go to Tim Cox.
Tim Cox, congratulations, brother.
Woo, woo.
All you got to do is shoot me an email.
Yeah,
Crystal, if you'd be so kind to put it, well, actually, I could probably put it in chat. Just send me an email at emarvel09@gmail.com. Send me an email with your shipping information, and I will ship that out to you this coming week, my friend.
Put some stickers all over your truck.
Oh yeah. Got that
I had
TBS
today.
swag.
I was typing at the same time you were talking.
Hey, you gotta admit though, man, this shirt, I was
That
so
shirt is
upset
dope.
that it wasn't a 3X. Look at
So
that.
what is that? Is that headgear? Is that like the new TBS HD system that's coming?
Oh,
You see
wouldn't
the
that be
little
dope?
antenna on it?
Yeah,
See what's going
you might
on?
be right,
That's what
Chris.
they're coming out
Spoiler
with.
alert.
What?
Might be a
Wouldn't that
spoiler
be
alert.
dope? You put like a whole helmet on.
Oh yeah, with even the sheep face though, with the sheep nose.
I'm in.
Spoiler alert, right?
Selling DJI, Fat Sharks.
So if you need some 3D prints, Tim, you're gonna get a 30% off coupon at Brain, and it's good until.
Oh, so
Let's
he
see.
said just ship it here because we got some stuff to ship. So you can just bring it Sunday then.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, that gets me out of having to pay for more shipping.
Yeah,
There
and
you
I
go.
promise it won't disappear.
Yeah, this expires on the 28th of this month, so you got
I
some
will
time
keep
to
talking
use
away
it.
from him.
He's gonna hide it from me.
You got some
Don't
time.
show
You
it.
got some time.
Well, guys, we've had fun. It is time for news now. Crystal is back here itching. She must have some good news.
Yeah, we're late on news.
Yeah, it's good. I'm happy.
But hey, it's a great night hanging out with the fam, showing off shirts, giving away shirts.
She was back on
Uh-huh.
hustling before the show.
Shirts just flying around everywhere.
She learned something good about the shirts tonight too. It was really cool. She showed me about her little design thing, the way she does it. I thought that was pretty cool. I think she's been talking to Doc. She kind of like picking up on some little skills there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been talking to Doc. I've been talking to Tim. Oops.
Oh yeah, well I forgot. Yeah, that's the cricket man.
It
Tim,
looks like you've been doing this for like years, Crystal. I mean,
that's what
you
I
got
told
it
her.
centered.
Here, I was just like,
Perfect.
what in the world are you doing? And she's just like,
I learned
trust
quick.
me.
And I don't learn the way that Chris does. So I'm not the. I gotta watch
But
a
that is
video
cool.
and learn. That's not me.
You need your little news mic.
And tonight,
I'm surprised you guys
I don't
don't
ever
use
use
that massive thing.
Nah, Chris was having issues with the
it.
drivers.
Believe it or not, back in the day, we used that massive thing.
It's a good quality mic. I mean, it's like spot on sound.
Yeah.
Look, she don't. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, now there's too many. Ha ha! I clicked the right button.
Woo.
Here, we'll put chat back.
News.
Always an icon.
What is
Yo,
up,
Brett.
guys? Hope y'all have had an amazing week. So, intro news. I've told y'all before. Don't do it. Don't do it. Well, they did it. Again, they didn't listen to drone news. Men hid in the woods to fly drones over New Jersey prison to drop items, the feds have said. 2 men have admitted to participating in a coordinated scheme to deliver items to inmates by flying drones over a federal prison. Couldn't even do it over just a normal prison. No, let's go to the federal prison. Yeah. While hiding nearby in the woods in New Jersey. On several occasions, they dropped packages containing contraband such as cell phones, chargers, tobacco, marijuana. This one will get you. Testosterone, syringes, men's hair dye. That would be sold to inmates at FCI Fort Dix. According to court documents obtained,
That's crazy.
Jersey City residents, I will not release the names, but one was 40 years old and one was 37 years old. So, of course, they're at the age that they knew better. Pleaded guilty to conspiring to defraud the U.S. Bureau of Prisons in connection with multiple drone deliveries. The U.S. Attorney's Office for District of New Jersey said in a February 3rd news release. 2 former inmates of the prison had previously pleaded guilty to taking part in a scheme after they arranged for the 2 on the outside to fly drones over Fort Dix. The inmates were accused of taking orders for items from others and were in charge of collecting the money. The drone drops took place in the evening or overnight when it was dark out between November 2018 and March of 2020. Yes, they keep track of that stuff. And yes, they are watching, just like I've told you guys. Last week, I believe, or the week before, I was telling you guys, don't fly them in South Carolina. I guess now I have to be more specific and just tell you point blank. Don't fly the drones over a prison, especially not a federal one. Because you know what? These guys, if convicted, both men are now facing a maximum of 5 years in prison, and that maximum fine of $250,000. Not worth it, guys. So not worth it. Be smart. In other news, here we go again. Well, a tiny drone, a tiny DJI drone, has smuggled its own weight in drugs over a U.S. border wall.
Is that the Mini?
Now picture it packed with drugs.
Oh my gosh. It's not 250 grams anymore.
What they take out to be able to fit it all in there is my question. If you've ever wondered whether those drug dealers might just fly packets of powder over the border wall with those inexpensive consumer drones, well, wonder no more. They're not just doing it over the prisons. Nope. The U.S. Border Patrol caught a DJI Mini 2 dead to rights, dropping off its own weight in meth.
Why?
That's according to a recently released search warrant from the Drug Enforcement Administration, or in other letters, DEA, which is trying to search the drone for evidence that might help them track down that pilot. Guess what, guys? It's DJI. They're going to help.
I'm like Shaggy, wasn't me?
According to the affidavit, the Border Patrol station radioed that a drone was spotted flying over a 25-foot high fence. An agent spotted the drone buzzing over a parking lot just outside of the wall, watched it land, watched a gray Mercedes roll up with a man ready to collect the goods, and then dropped in and intercepted that drone before that pickup could be made. That bundle contained a package filled with 259 grams of methamphetamine. More than what you would think that 249-gram DJI Mini 2 can carry on its own.
Damn, that was impressive.
But for a short hop over a 25-foot border wall to a parking lot just on the other side, it was quite feasible. Multiple videos are showing that the DJI Mini 2 can lift double its weight for a short period of time. It's obvious the DEA watched it happen. The DEA has it. And you know what? The DEA has also, as I'm looking at it, submitted a search warrant to get inside. And that means permission from DJI. So they're taking it all the way, guys. Like I told you before. Don't do it. Use our hobby in the positive way. Use it for the good, not the stupid.
Well, we know a Mini 2 should be, or the Mini should be able to carry a life preserver.
Exactly.
And in other news,
without a problem.
Well, guys, Snapchat. Now, there's something you probably haven't heard in a while because it's not that mainstream You know, it's not Facebook, it's not Instagram, it's not TikTok, it's not YouTube. But Snapchat could be working on a new selfie drone to expand new user content options.
Whoa.
So if Snapchat's going to do it, don't you think those other social media sites aren't going to, quote unquote, snap it up?
Y'all need pilots? We're here.
Google.
Could be that we are close to seeing a Snapchat drone on sale in retail stores.
Look at problem solving. What's Snapchat? That's
How would that work since I'm anti-social media?
Well, back in 2017, reports surfaced that Snapchat had sought to acquire 00 Robotics, which makes a range of camera-equipped drone devices, including a compact foldable selfie-taking drone, designed to take your social media content to another level.
I think we're to the day and age to see something like that. We have saw many companies try to do that, years ago.
As you can see on many YouTube videos, 00 hover drone, which folds up to about the size of a VHS tape, taking you guys way back. Some of you may not even know what a VHS tape is.
What is that?
See, I know. Provides a range of options.
I know what they are.
Recording all new types of content, which seems to perfectly align to Snap's camera and experience focus. Snap has yet to totally confirm in reports in regards to its interest in 00 Robotics. And it is not listed as an investor in the company. But as noted, a partnership between the two does make some sense. Does it have to be an investment partnership? Not in this day and age, it doesn't. I just want to be a pilot. And now, the team from XDA developers have uncovered some new back-end code in the Snapchat app, which refers to a new functionality called Cheerio, which XDA believes likely points to that coming Snap drone integration. Guys, next year, this year, it's coming.
I mean, you know Snapchat's got to be hurting for screen time.
Right?
I'm just going to put that out there.
That's what I'm saying. You know, so why not bring some new user content?
Yeah, it's smart.
They already see that people on YouTube, people on TikTok, they're already using those drones. Okay, you can grab the photos and put that on Instagram. All right. Why not grab a piece of the pie? Mm-hmm. Maybe it could make a comeback. Who knows? If it doesn't, there might be a chance for a new selfie drone coming real soon at a very decent price. Because think about it. You're going to want to spend a lot of money on something for social media that you're only going to use every once in a while?
No.
Exactly. So they're going to have to keep it reasonable to market it correctly.
And that's usually where it goes wrong when these companies try this. They overmarket and fail at everything.
Props off, baby. They're only going to make you even better looking when they're right here because you got to have that very close
shot. It's
going
to have filters built into the drone.
Not long distance shots. I mean, think about it. Okay, if they're going to do selfies, maybe they will have filters built in. Maybe it will have some of the funny filters that you can add to from a distance.
It'll be interesting
with a different background. I mean, come on now. Even with the short, you can do a green screen background. So if Snapchat uses something like that in their selfie drone with a green screen background, tell me that would not be a different angle.
It would be.
What's up, Eric?
Hey, RC Crazy. Welcome, my dear.
Yeah, think about it. They could put exclusive filters that are only available on the drone
Snapchat
that you can only get.
filters anyway for a long time. If you guys think about it, that's where a lot of the funnier filters came through, and what gave Facebook the idea to even use them in the first place. Snapchat had them. So Snapchat may be making a comeback. Who knows?
They've been making ugly people pretty since 2012.
I'll rock the rainbow wig. And Chris with a mullet. Man, we have fun with them filters there, don't we?
We do have fun with them filters. We're in Messenger, and we will clown up at times to get them filters and piss ourselves for hours laughing doing them.
They've really come a long way, those filters have.
Has seriously
Sup,
been
RC
done
crazy?
for years.
Yeah, we've had a good time with this thing.
Honestly, I mean, I'm thinking way far in advance, but honestly, I can see cell phone companies at some point implementing that everyone has a personal little drone that's built into your phone that you can just take out, launch.
That's coming. Remember, we just talked about that recently. There is a cell phone coming that's going to contain a drone. Yeah. So
yep.
I can't tell you when, but I'm keeping my eyes on it.
I'll tell you what impressed me. Okay, that Skydio, yeah, it cost, right? But I'm going to tell you what, when I saw Moses working that thing with his phone, it goes to show you when they say that thing is like, got like, it has like twice the intel of like DJI on the feedback and it really does. Like, on that phone, I was real impressed with how that thing worked off that phone. It was like he had a transmitter in his hand working that thing. So it goes to show you where technology is definitely coming when it comes to that.
So he just flew it with the phone. He didn't even have the controller.
He had the controller, yeah, but he was messing with it on the phone. And you take your phone. So how the gimbal works is you just take your phone, you just kind of like move your finger around the phone, you move it up, looks down. It's pretty cool, and you navigate with it like a 360 like video. You kind of just touch here and it kind of goes. It was impressive the way that thing moved and the way it stayed with him and all. It was crazy. It was nuts.
The sensors on those Skydios are insane.
They are, yes, impressive.
Very true, AA. Cell phones keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's crazy. One of these days, they're not going to fit in your back pocket. And then I don't know what you're going to do.
Everybody's going to walk around with a giant tablet.
Right?
It's crazy if you think about it, okay? Because when mobile phones first came out, and I know I'm preaching to the choir because some of you guys remember these, they were monsters. And they were in a car, and they were stuck. And then you could finally get it into a bag, and you were carrying more or less like a briefcase around just so you could have that quote unquote mobile phone. And then we had to have it small and compact. Let's cut out all of that and make it just as tiny as possible. And now, I mean, what's next? You gonna take my iPad and use it as a phone?
It's just because we discovered we could use porn on it.
I believe that. You guys had to have a bigger screen.
I mean,
do you remember the slider
internet on a phone and screens grew at the same size.
Do you guys remember the slider phones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember how they came out and everybody was like, "Oh man, I gotta get the slider phone." You know, you slid open with the keys.
Yep.
That thing, I think.
Wasn't that a Motorola slider back then?
Something.
I think Nokia did one.
Or T-Mobile. And
yeah, maybe Motorola.
God, the razors were big back in the day.
The razors. I had one.
How about the one they're doing these days, though, for the little TikToks? You just pop it open, set it on like the hood of your car. You get to do your little TikTok, fold it up, and get back in the car. You don't have to have nobody hold the phone for you. That's a seller, I think.
You got to figure, I mean, the cell phones are only going to get to a point, and then how are they going to be able to top what they've already done? Just keep adding cameras? You know what I mean? So the only logical thing that makes sense to step to the next level is to have a drone in the phone. Phone drone.
Drones are evolving, so definitely. We need a drone. Pop out, push a button, a little forward slide back, it pops out.
Yeah. But take off all your hand, yeah.
Imagine the phone it costs now, right? And they're like, oh, it's got a drone. It's another $1,000. Oh,
no,
shit.
But see what you guys are thinking about. Okay, now this is going to be the crazy thing that they're going to have to figure out, right? Because, all right, just around me, come on. Anybody that finds out totally what we're into around this area, they're like, wait, what? You fly, what? What? And then I show them Chris's page, and that's ball game.
Yeah, they already make a drone
So,
that's like the size of a phone.
Yeah, can you imagine everybody just all of a sudden having to have this brand new phone and, oh, I'm on my lunch break. Well, guess what? You're not the only one on your lunch break.
Everybody's flying a little.
So are thousands of other people from that 12 to 1 or that 1 to 2. All of a sudden, you're going to have all these damn little miniature drones flying around.
Nothing wrong with that.
Except the interference.
They're all going to be under 250 grams.
Yachty.
That's how we get around that FAA rule.
See?
People's like, I don't fly my. Remember the little transformer watches we had? You pop them off and transform.
Oh God.
That's what it's going to be.
So we're going.
They'll be like indoor only, or like 0 to 3 mile an hour winds.
And can go 2-3 miles out.
Right.
Yeah, boy.
No, you forgot line of sight. You must be able to visually see your drone.
Okay.
But here's the thing, with it being so small and so many of them being around, how are you going to know whose drone you're watching?
True.
You go to a park, right? You go to a park at lunch thinking you're the cool kid out there, and you've got this thing, so you pop out your phone drone. And you take off. Well, the next thing you know, there's one orbiting around you, and it's not you.
Catch it.
You know, what are you going to do?
It's got to be able to fly acro and do, like, you know, badass stunts and flips and stuff.
I sent a link in the chat of the actual one that's like the size of a cell phone.
Right? Double A said, well, there goes my phone.
Yeah, really.
Exactly.
Oh.
I think I know the one you're talking about. It's like the size of a phone and just folds. It got the like a grid over.
No, it doesn't fold or anything. It's just the size of a phone, and it has props in it. You can click on the link and look at it.
2 of them. Crystal, click the link, please. You might have to. Yeah, no, okay. Oh, okay. I haven't saw that one before. I wonder how intuitive it is with that phone now.
Each little drone is going to have its own little LED light that's different colors for the users. That's how we'll know.
Yeah, what's kind of fascinating about it is, if you look, it's the little brush motors like on our whoops, but they're actually horizontal instead of vertical, and there's a little like gearing, or like a 90-degree gear that transfers it sideways for the props, so they can
like
have
the
it
toy
flat as
drones
possible.
do.
Yeah, kind of, just to make it flat as possible.
How are you going to show me something that says currently unavailable and just like tease me? Come on now. That's something I can seriously buzz around work.
It's a reason it's unavailable. It's a piece of shit.
Double A said flyways and failsafes brought to you by Apple.
Interesting times with that. But
so
guys,
easy on Apple. That's what we got.
I know Mother Nature is not treating a lot of you kind right now. She was a brutal, hateful woman to us last week and dumped a bunch of that white crap on us. And I understand that she's also icing over, as well as dumping snow all over the place right now. So if you cannot get outside and enjoy our hobby, please, please, please remember, break out the little guys. Set up your own little whoop course in the house. Believe me, I've got enough little gates hanging from my ceilings that in the wintertime, there's times that Doc could come on over and we'll be whooping it up through the house. Edrone's been over and we've been whooping it up through the house. I mean, get it, guys. You can make a whoop gate out of anything. Use your imagination. You do not have to buy them.
No, I got a video actually where you can make them for like, I think like, I want to say it ended up being like $10 a gate or something. Like you can get the wire racks at the dollar stores, like the wreath, and then you just get some LEDs.
Edrone went fancy. You can take a piece of cardboard and cut out a square and stick that shit to your ceiling and fly through it and have fun. Okay?
Yeah, you don't even need the LEDs.
You don't have to spend a lot of money. Okay? I understand that our drone hobby can get expensive. Okay? I get it. But if you want to fly in the house and you want to challenge yourself just a little bit, then set up your own course. Have some fun. If not, get on one of the Sims if you can and have some fun. If not, message one of the guys and talk our hobby. Talk drones. You did not hear that from me. That's what it's all about, guys. It's sharing the love. Okay, not just flying, not just meeting up. It's sharing the love of our hobby in a positive way, not the negative way of flying the drones over the border walls packed full of drugs or dropping a bunch of shit off in a federal prison. Not that way. Sharing the love of our hobby in a good way. We have
a song. I got a song in my head.
Uh-oh.
I just want to fly like a bird in the sky. I'm so high.
But I mean, that's what it's all about, you know? It's about sharing the love of this hobby because that's what's brought us all together. And that's what created this family. And that's what's held this family just as tight as it really truly is sharing the love of our hobby, sharing the positive of our hobby, and networking the way that we do. Because not only does Edrone know people, Doc knows people. This guy back here knows people.
I don't know nobody.
I know people. You all know people. It's bringing it all together. That's what the Drone Network is all about. And yeah,
and T-shirts.
I was gonna say I'm gonna give it a plug one more time, guys. If you want one of those new shirts,
T-shirts,
get with me. We'll figure something out.
What? Oh, I definitely want one of those. I definitely want one Drone Network shirt to go with my Drone Network hoodie.
You got one that looks like this.
I love the black too.
Like this. So he can't even stand up now.
I can't stand up.
Yeah, that's sharp. I like that.
That's what we're gonna go with, that logo. Take the old logo and get rid of that. We've had that. We've had some people on board that we kind of moved around.
Like the song says. So the Drone Network has definitely revised itself, rewrote itself, recreated ourselves. So special thanks to Earl RC for coming up with that logo years ago. And y'all have seen it sometimes in some of Chris's videos.
Sinister.
Jim, we just decided that
yeah, I was gonna I said I'm gonna create a new Drone Network logo, and he's like, well, you did that one on that thumbnail. He goes, and I was like, oh, let me go check that out. And I was like, yeah, I forgot about that. So that's what kind of brought this one back up too. So yeah, so, it's nice.
Sometimes it's nice to just do a rebrand.
Back old school.
Yeah, but with a flair though. You added that shine on there that just shined it right up.
Yeah, I do like that shine. It is nice.
Hey,
Chuck gets finally in.
Hey, Chuck.
When you've got this crew, you can't help but shine, baby. We have to have the shine.
We try. It's hard, but we try.
When you've got this amount of amazing people that come together, not just the ones sitting here on camera. I'm talking about all of you in chat, all of you sitting out there right now just watching us. This amazing group of people, that's what I'm talking about. You have to shine. Because that's what it's all about. Sharing the love of the hobby. So guys, until next time, we appreciate all of you sharing your time with all of us. Special thanks to Edrone for hanging out with us tonight.
Oh, sure.
Always a great time, babe. Can't wait.
Thanks for having me. This has been fun.
Anytime, my dear. Huge thanks to Dr. Watson for putting up with these two crazy fools all the time. So I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to squeeze down there, but okay. Oh, Lord. And a huge thanks to all of you guys one more time for hanging out with us, for giving us your time on a Friday night.
Absolutely, Tim. Make sure you send me an email.
No, you're
bringing that down here.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Never mind. I'm bringing it Sunday. I'm so used to saying send me an email. Yep, I'm bringing it Sunday.
Until next time, guys.
Hey.
Edrone out.
See ya.
We love y'all. Check it.
Later.